In support court with Judge Vanderby, the McKinney case takes center stage. Ms. McKinney has raised her daughter alone for 9 years. Now she's asking the court for help and possibly long overdue child support. The judge listens closely as the mother outlines her reality. 1 child, 0 financial assistance, and thousands in unpaid costs.
Rise. Support court with Judge Vanderby is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB1078, McKinney case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay, Ms. McKinney,
Yes, ma'am.
you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, Your Honor, I am here to try to recoup costs that I've incurred with my daughter.
All right.
She's 9 years old. She's been with me since birth, and I'm paying for everything. I've been doing it all on my own.
All right.
Without a problem, but I've been doing it all on my own.
All right. And when you say all on your own, Dad isn't helping out financially at all?
At all.
Okay. And you said your daughter's 9.
Yes.
Is she involved in any type of extracurricular activities? That word always messes me up.
Yes, ma'am. Basketball, track and field, and tennis.
All right. Does Dad pay?
From basketball and tennis to track and field, this 9-year-old is active and expensive. Ms. McKinney says she's covered it all, $4,700 annually, with not a single dime from the alleged father. When pressed, she reveals the relationship was brief, a 72-hour situationship during a weekend in Washington, D.C., and from that whirlwind moment came a lifetime responsibility.
For any of those?
No, ma'am.
How much are the fees associated annually with each one of those?
Annually, probably roughly $4,700.
All right. Is Dad aware that she's in these activities?
Yes.
All right. The extracurricular activities, does he attend those?
No, Your Honor.
So he doesn't pay for those?
No.
So what is the backstory? I mean, she's 9, so were you all in a relationship previously? Like what happened?
We were in a situationship for a weekend.
What in the world is that?
Well, it was a little bit more than a one-night stand. It lasted approximately 72 hours. I was on business in Washington, D.C., and he was there for a teachers' conference. I met him at a nightclub.
Ooh,
and,
I need to be careful what I ask.
Well, listen, the night grew long, and things happened.
The judge zeroes in. Was the man involved in the pregnancy? Did he show up at the hospital? Did he sign the birth certificate? The answers are all no. He came late, days after the child was born, and never acknowledged paternity. McKinney, calm but firm, tells the court she knows in her heart he's the father, and now she's seeking official confirmation.
Within the next 72 hours. And so, yeah. That's the
Okay.
extent of it.
Okay. And you got pregnant?
Yes.
Okay. Was he involved in the pregnancy?
Well, he was definitely there.
Well, no, throughout your pregnancy.
Oh, throughout? No, ma'am.
Okay. So you've just literally had the baby, no help from him, nothing like that. Did he show up at the hospital?
No, he was late.
Okay. So did you all have a DNA test done?
No.
Does he know he's the father?
He doesn't think that he is, and he's the only Caucasian that I've ever been with, so.
Okay. So that's where the issue lies then. He doesn't
Basically.
believe he's the father, which is why he hasn't given you any money.
But he sent text messages, and he sent happy birthday.
The alleged father finally speaks. He doesn't deny the 72-hour affair, but he's skeptical. He claims Ms. McKinney has left out key facts. Most importantly, he says she earns more than he does. A federal worker versus a high school teacher. He suggests she doesn't need his help, but the judge reminds him, this isn't about who needs, it's about who's responsible.
Things
Okay.
of that nature. How is she doing? So I believe if he didn't care at all, he wouldn't send those text messages. Now, he's done that for the past 9 years. I've just never seen any greenbacks to follow those texts.
Okay. So when he arrived at the hospital, did he sign the acknowledgement of paternity?
No, Your Honor, when I meant he was late, the baby was already a week old at the time. I was already at home. We'd left the hospital. That's what I mean by late.
Oh, So he didn't show up at the hospital at all?
No, Your Honor.
So he didn't sign the birth certificate or any acknowledgement of paternity or anything like that?
No.
Okay. So you're here today to do what exactly?
Well, I was hoping you would be able to help me, first and foremost, establish paternity
Okay.
at this point.
All right.
And
We
possibly
would definitely have to do that before any child support takes place.
Of course,
Okay.
of course.
All right. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to him?
He begins to backtrack. He says he's willing to accept the child might be his if the DNA proves it. But he doesn't trust her, claims she's lied. Then, a curveball. He reveals he has a newborn son with his fiancée. The courtroom stiffens. The judge reminds him that child has nothing to do with the 9-year-old in question. Emotions rise.
No, that's pretty much it. I've just been doing everything on my own. In my heart of hearts, I know that he is the father. I have no doubt. I'm just needing assistance.
Okay. All right. All right. Sir,
Yes, Your Honor.
is what she's saying. Now, let me be clear in my questions because I just realized that I probably shouldn't have asked that question like that. Now, bypass all the 72-hour stuff that she talked about, right? Now, she's pregnant.
She was.
Okay, you were not involved in that process at all in
No.
terms of the pregnancy.
Look, let me just start off by saying that most of what she said is essentially true.
Okay.
Although there's some giant omissions in there and some things that you need to take into account to get the full picture.
Well, does it involve the 72-hour
So
thing?
we were involved approximately that amount of time, yes.
Okay.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I don't want to know any specifics.
Then he crosses a line. She doesn't need money from me, he says. The courtroom reacts. The judge pauses, replays his words aloud and calls it out, clear and direct. Need doesn't negate duty. If this is your child, you are legally obligated to support her, regardless of who makes more.
Big
don't
details
worry.
about that.
I'm not here to give you the details of it. I'm just here to tell you that we were in an intimate relationship on and off for about 72 hours, yes.
Okay. So, after you found out she was pregnant, what happened?
Well, first let me add some context to everything before I answer that, Your Honor. She works for the federal government. I'm a teacher. I'm a high school teacher. She
Okay.
makes significantly more money than I do. I make about $60,000 a year. I don't know the exact figure of her annual income, but I know it's a lot more than that. She's in far better position to support her daughter than I would be, and what she's asking for.
You
for me
said
from-
her daughter, so you truly don't believe this is your child?
I am willing to accept that it may be, but we've not done a DNA test. What she said about being only with one Caucasian man,
The drama boils over. Ms. McKinney, no longer calm, snaps. The judge, unfazed, restores order. The only person pressing buttons in here is me, she warns. The man insists this case is driven by jealousy. Ms. McKinney fires back. Control of the room teeters, but the judge holds the line. This case isn't about emotions. It's about facts and DNA.
have no way of knowing if that's true. She's lied before to me. So don't take, she was honest with a lot of the stuff she said fairly, but here's a big thing she forgot to mention. I have a son of my own. I have a newborn son, and with my fiance.
Congratulations.
What does
Thank
that
you
have
very
to do
much.
with this?
This is
Well,
what it
I allowed you
Okay.
the opportunity to speak. This is his time.
Yes,
now,
ma'am.
I asked you, was there anything else you needed me to know before I moved over to
But I
him?
already know he's gonna push my buttons.
Okay, well, just sit there and don't let him push your buttons.
Okay.
That's easy, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can do that.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead.
So I have a newborn son with my fiance, and I know that he's my son for sure. And I know, and
How do you know for sure?
Because he's
Well-
white.
be-
Ma'am.
because the woman who gave birth to him has been with me and only me for the past 3 years now. That's how I know that he is my son. And he does.
The court gears up for the next step. DNA testing will decide everything. If he's the father, support will be ordered. If not, the search continues. The alleged father argues again, we were never in a relationship. The judge cuts through it all with one powerful truth. There's a 9-year-old child here, and she deserves support, no matter what the circumstances were.
You know, despite being a newborn, having a little newborn face, he does look like me. I can tell. So, but anyway, what she's asking for, she does not need financial compensation from me to support possibly our daughter. And the other factor she didn't take into consideration.
Wait a minute. Did I hear that right? Let me rewind.
Yeah, he said
that.
need.
Let me
I'm sorry.
rewind that. You said she does not need money from you. So let me make sure I got that right.
Because she makes so much more than me.
Right. So even if it is your child,
Right.
she still doesn't need to get money from you?
In my opinion, this is what she's doing here right now has nothing to do with needing money. It has to do with jealousy. She's trying to interfere with my relationship with my new son and my fiance.
Baby, I care less about that, okay? Two things for certain, one for sure. I care less about that.
Excuse me.
I'm
I thought
sorry.
we weren't going to allow him to push her.
He tries one last defense, birth control, faulty memory, misunderstandings. But the judge doesn't flinch. Birth control isn't a defense, she says. There is a child here. That's the fact. She orders DNA testing and resets the case. If he's the father, child support will be ordered today. If not, Ms. McKinney has the right to petition anyone else she believes may be responsible.
Buttons.
I
Thank
left
you.
one button out. I'm
I've
sorry.
got buttons.
Thank
Well,
you.
I've gathered all my buttons, and you ain't gonna push
Well,
them.
you
I've got a
know,
whole control panel.
excuse
nobody
me,
asked you
excuse
that.
me. The only
You're
person
so
that's
freaking
going to be
childish.
excuse me. The only person that's going to be pressing buttons up here is me.
I'm trying not to press his head.
Well, we're definitely not going to do that because then the bailiff will have to escort you out, and then I'll more than likely dismiss your case. So that wouldn't be a good thing, right? Ultimately, the both of you are here for one thing. You all want to find out if he is indeed the father of your daughter. Is that correct?
Yes, sure.
Seems like a weird place to do that. I don't see a DNA kit anywhere nearby.
Oh, now
well,
you're
we do
challenging her
that. We do that
circumstance.
in a different area.
Stupid.
We have.
Okay.
Excuse me, that wasn't very nice.
Well, it wasn't nice for him to dish your courtroom either. I'm just saying.
No, well, I meant
Well-
no disrespect to your court, ma'am.
I don't take offense to that because I don't sit up and let people push my buttons often. All right.
The judge makes her final instructions crystal clear. The daughter must be made available for testing. Miss McKinney nods. She's already here. With that, the court resets the case. The next time they meet, the truth will be on paper. Not opinion, not speculation, just science. And the child finally will know who stands behind her. There is a 9-year-old child here, and she deserves support, not just from her mother, but from her father too. We'll let the DNA decide.